show. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Justin Andrew, everybody. There you go! Thank you guys for sticking with the show this long. Woo! Been a great audience, although I could sworn I saw someone eating a bag of chips. Okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Well, let's just vote we're together, bitch.
All right, I respect that. But I'd like to say thank you, Cassidy and Mickey, for putting on this show. And everyone that performs every week. I've been coming for about 5 years, and I'd like to dedicate my first set to the great Scotland Green, who's probably up to his earlobes in chicken soup and matzo balls in New York City right now. You guys obviously do not know Scotland Green, but I was a little bit nervous coming up to the mic tonight because the last time that I came up, it went very wrong for me, and it went even worse for the audience. So there's a fair warning right there. I was in front of a crowd of about 450 people, parents and children at a summer camp. I was a music instructor, and my students had already performed. It was the last day of camp. Everyone was putting on their final show for all their parents, and my students had already gone, so I was kind of relaxed. And one of my co-counselors came up to me and said, "Hey man, look, I need you to read these lines for my play." And I said, "No problem, that's fine, I got you." If people were coming up, say some deep shit, and then, you know, kind of go off into the shadows. And my time came up, I came up and I said a couple of my lines and completely blanked the fuck out. Silence. Pregnant. Terrifying. And the first thing I thought in my mind was, line? And I said this through the microphone because all day I'd been watching these kids putting on performances, and they would forget their lines and say line, and there was a counselor waiting on the sidelines to give them their line. Of course, there was nobody waiting for me. And when I realized that, I thought, shit. And that thought went down into my mouth, made sounds, formed a word, went through the microphone and into the ears of all of those parents and children. And some lesser god, demigod, someone was looking out for me, flew into my brain and reconnected the neurons that had come so horribly undone, and I finished my lines perfectly somehow. And it was almost like the audience didn't hear it. It was like that subliminal cock scene in Fight Club. Where everyone they knew that they heard it, but it was in their pre-conscious. There was a kid that started crying, but I didn't get fired. I was really lucky. So I was really nervous before the show, and I did what most young men do when we get nervous and stressed. I made sure the house was empty. I went downstairs. I took out our best dinner plate. My roommates are here. I took off my clothes and I made popcorn. That's what I do. When I'm stressed, and I took out this popcorn, I looked at the bag, and I saw this little text box on the bag, and in the text box were the words in all capital, bold, black letters that said, "Do not use your microwave's popcorn setting." And I thought, fuck you, bag. Are you serious? Not only are you going to question my intelligence, but the microwave, that is an advanced piece of machinery. It's a miracle of science and engineering that just hits particles with other particles, and the heat rises without fire. That's fucking amazing. Fuck you, bag. And I started yelling at this bag. I said, I was going to recycle you. You're made out of questionable, I don't know if you're wax or plastic. I was going to try to sneak you in there, but now I'm just going to throw you out. I'm going to put you in the trash, and you're going to sit there, and you're going to stink for about a week. And then one of my roommates, either me or my roommate, is going to throw you in an even bigger trash can with more trash, and even nastier, and we live in the projects. I'm not kidding. That's a whole different kind of trash right there. And that bag, I started yelling at this bag. It was like this was like the culmination of all my anger and stress. And I said, not only that, you're going to sit in that trash can and stink even worse for about a week, and then you're going to get dumped in an even bigger trash can, a nastier, smellier trash can that's moving, and guess where it's going? But that's the thing. I had to stop myself because I have no fucking idea. Where the hell does all of our garbage go? Like, this is the most wasteful city on earth in terms of the amount of waste we produce every day. Where the fuck does it go? I have no idea. I got the light. So, with defiance, I threw the popcorn in. So I threw the popcorn in the microwave. I defiantly pushed the button, and I started salivating, thinking about how wonderful the next 7 to 9 minutes of my life is going to be. And while I was sitting there salivating, my pocket started to vibrate because I have a little computer that lives in my pocket all the time. It's there every day. It's there right now. It sleeps next to me in the bed at night. Sometimes it's the only person there. And I knew that this sound had trained me to know that I had gotten an email, not a text message or a picture message or anything. I've been trained to know that that sound means I have an email. And I started to salivate even more because I thought, oh shit, what if this is an email from the people at the Groupon offering me free money towards fried potatoes and red meat? I fucking love fried potatoes and red meat. They're giving away free money, but it wasn't. It was an email from the university demanding $6,000. And then even something more horrible happened in my life. My fucking popcorn exploded. The door flew off, there was ash all over the fucking window, just charred, murdered pieces of popcorn sitting around. And I thought, this is bullshit. How the fuck could I be outsmarted by a fucking bag? So being a scholar, I turned to the internet. And being a gentleman, I turned to Reddit. And sure enough, there was an article telling me not only should I should listen to the bag rather than the machine on issues of popcorn, but when you compare the ingredients of instant popcorn to a cigarette, it is more healthful to smoke a cigarette than it is to eat a bag of instant popcorn. Right? Look it up for yourself. All right, I'm getting late. I'm going to close with a poem that I wrote for the occasion. Nicki Minaj is just a mirage, a fake, a facade, and a phony. Her message is shitty, and she is not pretty. I'd rather go castrate a pony. Everybody, have a round of applause for him. And if you don't have a round of applause for yourself, this has been one of the greatest audiences that we've had in a little while.